so heartless, and you don't care. And I don't even know what I've been fighting for. You got me hoping, and you don't care. And I don't even know what I've been fighting for. Every time I fall in it deep, and I can't fight it, I can't fight it. You wreck my mind, I'm losing my sleep. And you know that it's all that I need, so don't leave me alone. La 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 la, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, don't leave me alone. I know it's reckless, but I don't care. You're dangerously close and I keep going on. You keep me fading, and I don't care. 'Cause I want everything that I've been running from. Every time I fall in it deep, and I can't fight it, I can't fight it. You wreck my mind, I'm losing my sleep. And you know that it's all that I need, so don't leave me alone. La 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 la, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, la 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 la, no, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, la 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 la, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, don't leave me alone. La 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 la, la la la.
Hello, hello. How's my sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear any of the music? That sounds all right, right? Hopefully the microphone's adjusted nicely so it doesn't cause any problems. I did want to show these two images first because they're the ones that I find most interesting. Well, let's zoom into this one. So as you can see here, we've got these plateaus, or you don't see it down here in what looks like a wash, erosion, water erosion. You see at the top, you see the white, what I call sandstone because of the top layer, but it has even a darker layer. And as you can see from here, you've got a lot of geometric lines cutting across. Are they deep cuts? You kind of see, I think that's erosion where the cursor is. So I don't know about deep cuts. I don't know what they are. But if you look at this picture, you can see they're not only parallel in one direction, but in three directions they're parallel. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I think that might be the before picture for something like this. Deep cuts, I mean, how deep are they? They're certainly straight. Now, according to mainstream, and let's get into the Utah pictures here. I guess we can close that. I've got these Utah pictures. That's not Utah. Why is that in there? I actually, am I in the right one? Let me double check. That didn't seem to, yeah, whoops. So this is from Utah, Google Earth. And here you can see this stuff that's on top of that's got the ancient cuts. So I'm questioning that, and I'm looking at it here. What's going on top of what? So I want to call it mud or long-term ooze of content going over. By the way, I heard a great thing yesterday. Where is that? I'm going to have to turn on another tablet. I got it from a platform I don't usually use, and it questioned the content that's missing from the Grand Canyon. And I want to talk about the richat and want to ask, where's the content missing from the richat? I mean, if it's dome geology, all that content should still be there on top. It's not just going to get sucked away. But this is in Utah, and the question about content missing also lies here. Thanks for the thumbs up. And do subscribe if you haven't yet. Although I don't imagine most people who are listening to my live streams aren't subscribed. Now, according to this, okay, you see down there that the OBS is red. But over here, where I'm looking at it, it's green. So I kind of am curious. So let me know in the comments section if there's any problems. Let me get through the content real quick. Now, one thing you see here in this spot is not a lot of worn down rocks. But if you look at the other one, you can see that rocks did get worn down. Let me see if I can go through the Utah pictures that I took. Now, nobody's seen these yet. I went to Utah. These, of course, came from Google Earth. But I did get this arch, and I am going to go through all of them. You know, this arch is interesting because, you know, you would think it's rare, right? But wait a minute. In Utah, there's more than like 5,000 arches. And if I'm wrong about that number, 2,500. But from my understanding, there's 2,500 alone in Arches National Monument. And then there's a bunch of other arches. So I can the number 2,500 came from the ranger, and we were talking about Arches National Monument. I was at the Welcome Center there. This is Needles Overlook. This is the beginning of the trip. That's a sign-in box, and behind it you can see Canyonlands, another place where there's a bunch of arches. Now, if they're created naturally, why were these areas so? You can see in the Needles Overlook sign an arch right here. There's so many of them. Now, if they're okay, so my basic question is if these lines, these parallel lines that I'm showing you in Utah right now, were created unnaturally, perhaps the arches were also created unnaturally. And when I talk about this, I'll use, okay, this is a video. You know what? I don't want to be showing these quite yet. This is just some video I took of Canyonlands. But when it comes to the Utah pictures, where's that at? Right here? There's one that I think it's at the other side. It's something that where did I put that Canyonlands picture? The arch is called, okay, I'm going to find it right now. The arch is called, see, that's the thing. Where is that? Is it under, it must be in the admin folder. That's weird. I don't understand why I'm not finding it. Let's see, what happened? Maybe I have it underneath something here. It's not making sense. I had it right here. I must have put it in another thing, so I'm going to have to search for it. Yeah, so that's the video I got from the Needles Overlook. It's a little bit fast. I should slow it down or something. Because I was getting... Why can't it just stop when I click on it? It's very windy, so I have the... there we go. So, you know, the thing is that I'm used to YouTube, so I try to show you these. Is that it? That's the whole thing? Going back. Okay, let's pause it again. I mean, this is 4K. I think this is with the GoPro. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I have a whole bunch of GoPro videos that I didn't take off the GoPro yet. That's a very good point. I think this came from the Nikon. And like I said, I was just going through the video. I have other videos. I have the one I wanted to show first was the one with me in it. And that was going to be the opener, but that was a few days ago, and I discovered I've been going through a lot of stuff. So let me just look up using the Google what's called a landscape monument. It's landscape resume my journey. I have already searched it. Okay, so let's just go to some images. It's in the Devil's Garden area. This is a very good video here. That's actually pretty good. So we don't have to have the volume on, and I don't want to really show. Okay, so it's the most famous arch, and look at this thing here. Now, as you can see, this arch is a football field long. Okay, it's also only 11 foot wide right there. It looks like it's going to collapse. But what I don't understand is how this thing was created, because I already implied somebody created these things. But when you look at this notch here and this notch here, you see this symmetrical, and older rock is smooth and worn by wind erosion, and you've got this fresher cut right here. When was that cut, and why does it have these notches right here? And I have another one that I did here. This is my video that I took of another area, and take a look at the same notches that you see. This is a short, but the thing is that it has very similar. Now that right there, how does that occur in a rock that's not doing anything? It's just sitting there. These caves are there, and then you've got these weird notches over the cave. Let me stop it right there. That's showing you the sharpness of this. Somebody cut that right there and here, and it's over the cave, but it's not over the other part of the rock that's not over the cave. Oh, here's the other part that I was talking about. That's not over the cave, but it's this big cut. And how does that weaken and fall out? It looks like it was worked. Oh, there's another cave over there. Maybe they're trying to store stuff in there. I don't know if it was giants or humans. I don't think it's Native Americans, because this stuff is older than the Native Americans. So this is a place in Canyonlands, Utah, on the way to Needles Overlook. And again, it's got these same weird cuts that have nothing to do with the rest of the rock. If you look over here on this side of it, when you move it, you can go look at this video by yourself, right about here. You see it nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Why is this so sharp and cut? And if there were people living there and building fires, is that what the smoky part is? If that's true, then why is this not smoky? It looks more like the water dripping down had some type of a staining effect here. So I'm curious about why this thing... Oh, let me pause this for a second. I'll get a video up while Guys, well, something's going on in my family. I gotta do some stuff, and I guess I'm gonna have to finish this later. Sorry for that. That's why live streams suck. And let's. I really want to talk more about this soon, but unfortunately, this is more important right now. So I've got to go, and I will follow up with the rest of this. I'll take a look at it and see what I didn't say, and maybe I'll redo it. Thanks again, and I am really apologize for dropping off like this. Have a good day, and I am out of here. Bye.